You ready to move to Florida? Tired of those cold winters? Overwhelmed with all the information on establishing your residency in Florida and what you need to do when relocating to Florida? Well, I have consolidated it all here for you, so stay tuned for tips. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lyndsey Ashley and I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams Realty Select in beautiful Sarasota, Florida. If you are new here, welcome. Consider subscribing to my channel. I talk about some really relevant stuff related to Sarasota, Bradenton, Venice, and Lakewood Ranch. And if you are going to be living here, or if you already live here, you're going to want to hear some of the great information that I have to share with you about the area. So in this episode, I will be presenting you with a complete guide on some very important information you need to do as a new resident when relocating to Florida in 2020. With all the things you should know, it might seem overwhelming, but trust me that if you follow all of these things, you'll be a Florida resident in no time. So let's get right to it. As I mentioned, I'm a realtor and I specialize in helping people relocate to the beautiful Sunshine State of Florida. And during the process, I'm often asked, how do I establish my residency? How do I know I'm selecting a good school for my kids? And do I need to register my pets? And how and where do I find a job? What is homestead exemption? And although I am versed in guiding you in the direction, I want to disclaim that I am not an attorney, and I highly suggest you consult a licensed professional for specific questions related to what I'm going to discuss in this guide. So below, you will find some helpful links for more information on the things I'm going to talk about. I'd like to tell you that Florida is a fantastic state to relocate to, with many job opportunities, great lifestyle possibilities, and education that is wonderful for your children. So it's an overall great choice if you are planning to move indefinitely. Establishing Florida residency. The first thing you should know as a soon-to-be Florida resident is establishing your Florida residency is very important. So if you're moving here permanently and you don't own a home in another state, then establishing your residency is simple. You find a home, whether renting or buying, and you open a bank account, you start a job, you register to vote, you register your children, and changing your driver's license. That's it. That's all you need to do. And all of that will establish your residency here in Florida, and you are officially a Florida resident. Welcome home. Now, if you are planning on living here full-time and you own a home in another state, establishing your residency can be a little bit more complicated. You must be careful to follow the guidelines and take certain steps to prove that Florida is your primary residence. Be aware that the state that you are leaving will also require certain actions from you as well. I suggest talking to a lawyer if you have any questions at all. One main difference from the prior steps is that you will be required to file a Florida Declaration of Domicile, which is a sworn statement that you are in fact a resident of the state, and you are swearing that I am. This declaration is required to be notarized and then get approved. And in order to get it approved, you are required to have several things in place to confirm that you are a permanent resident. For example, have your Florida's driver's license, a voter registration, proof of residency, file your taxes, and there's a bunch of other things that could confirm your intent to be a permanent resident. So the next question I usually get is, how do I move to Florida? You may be moving here because of the weather or a job or for even the tax benefits. I highly suggest you refer to my previous episodes, Moving to Florida, How do I Find a Job in Another State, and Relocating to Florida with Kids, What Makes a Great School. After you watch these episodes, you will feel more confident on how to make the transition to Florida with or without a job, and also without visiting your children's school prior to enrollment. Homestead exemption. If you have purchased your Florida home, then the next step you should take is applying for a Florida homestead exemption. So how does it work? Applying can give you a substantial discount on your assessed property value, and the caps the amount the assessed value is limited can increase by 3% per year. The Florida property tax is based on the assessed value of the property as of January 1st of each year, minus the exemptions or other adjustments used to determine the property's taxable value. There is a deadline, however, until March 1st of each year to register through your county property appraiser's office, so get to it. Driver's license and vehicle registration. If you're going to drive, which of course you're going to do, then you need to have a driver's license. Once you file your declaration of domicile or you have proof of residency, you have exactly 30 days to get a Florida driver's license and to register your vehicle. Because you can't have two driver's licenses, you will hand over your former license to the Department of Motor Vehicles. So if you really liked your photo in your prior state, sorry. On top of that, in order to get your license, you will need to bring in a primary form of identification like your passport or a birth certificate. Your prior state license does not work. You will also need to show your Social Security ID or documents and 2 other documents that clearly specify that you are a resident of Florida. And if you're a non-driver, then you can also get a Florida non-driver ID card too that will allow you relevant authority to easily and swiftly identify as a state of Florida resident. Now, regarding your vehicle registration, to register, you must have proof of Florida auto insurance. So you're going to want to take care of that before you arrive. There are several variables that factor how and what is needed to transfer your title and registration for your vehicle. One is, do you own your vehicle outright, or is it leased or financed? If it is owned outright, it may be easily transferred to Florida. And if your title is held by a third party, you may or may not need to transfer it right away. So check with the local tax collector's office in the county you intend to move and get that information directly. They will be able to better serve you. Don't let the sound of all of this work overwhelm you. If you use the links I provided you down below and come prepared, you should be able to handle all of this in one day, and generally all at your local tax collector's office. E-Pass or SUNPASS. These days, most of Florida's highways are collecting tolls by a SUNPASS or E-Pass. It's an electronic transponder that attaches to your windshield, allowing you to drive through these designated lanes without even stopping. You can purchase either one of these transponders at your local grocery store, gas station, or convenience store. Depending on where you live is one or the other, E-Pass or SUNPASS, but they both work the same throughout the state. So how does it work? The transponder transmits this radio signal to sensors in the toll lanes, and it relays this proper toll amount and deducts it from a prepaid account that you set up. Don't have a SUNPASS? Don't worry. If you drive through a stretch of highway without a SUNPASS, you'll be charged through a toll by plate bill that you'll receive in the mail with additional processing fees. So it's worth getting the transponder right away. Pet registration. If you are a pet owner, there is a 90% chance that you will want to take your pets with you in your new state. Considering that some states have different regulations regarding pet ownership, it is also very important to be in the know about Florida's own regulations. In Florida, pet registration is required for all pets. Your local veterinarian will be able to help you register your pets. For dogs and cats that are 4 months or older, you must have a Florida pet license which verifies that they are free from infectious or communicable diseases and are not known to have a history or exposure of rabies infected animal before importation. So a good tip is also to visit a licensed vet, such as your family vet, before shipping or traveling with the animal to Florida. So just to make sure everything's okay, better safe than sorry. Florida retirement. Florida is known to be one of the best places to retire in the United States. If you are planning on retiring to Florida, I advise you to check out the Department of Elder Affairs. It provides lots of resources related to housing, including assisted living facilities, communities specific for 55 and up, and Veterans Affairs. The department helps provide essential services and information to the senior population to promote healthy, active living. So what are your thoughts on these steps to take to relocate into Florida? I know it might all seem very complicated, but if you follow them to the T, you can be enjoying the nice weather and the warm people of Florida all around you in a blink of an eye. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm looking forward to know what you thought about it. Drop me a comment below, and also let me know your experience in living in Florida. And if you're a new resident, why did you relocate, and what are your dreams in this marvelous state? Let's create a fun discussion in the comments below. Also, don't forget to show me some love in that like button and share this video with your friends, family, and neighbors that are thinking of relocating to Florida. And also, subscribe to my channel for more great videos like this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.